What's going on, guys? WeaponX here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be checking out the latest thing that Behavior has put out. This is a new developer update. So this is what we can expect with the new Cenobite update that comes out, I believe, next Tuesday, you guys. Sorry I've been dead for a while on the YouTube channel. I got sick, and then I had a lot of like personal life stuff come up, and I'm still dealing with that, but I still want to get some videos out to you too, so rest assured some things are going to be coming out soon. Appreciate y'all guys hanging in with me. But yeah, I wanted to check out this developer update with y'all, see what's going down, recap it all, and then give my thoughts on it, what I think about it. Straight away, first things first, skill-based matchmaking. So skill-based matchmaking is now going to be just a part of the game. It's going to be in there from now on, and we can expect, it to work similar to how it did in the test that they did like a week or two back, something like that. Yeah, so it says the most recent skill-based matchmaking test resulted in fairer matches across the board for players of all skill levels, especially low to mid-skilled players. High-skilled players would see the most variance in their matches due to the low number of players with high ratings, though their matches would still be more consistent compared to rank-based matchmaking. So apparently this is only going to affect you really generally if you're better at the game or if you play the game a lot. It says during peak hours, 99% of matches formed were what we consider reasonably balanced, with your odds of escaping or killing a survivor varying within 0.25 or plus or minus 25% of the average. Better yet, 75% of matches fell within a plus or minus 5% chance. This is a huge step up from rank-based matchmaking, where 99% of matches we saw a 45% variation and 75% of matches saw a 25% variation. So that's cool and all, but it also depends on how they're calculating this average and what classifies as doing good or doing bad, because escaping and killing cannot be the only criteria, because just because you escape or you get lots of kills as killer, that does not mean you're good. It doesn't. On paper you're like, what do you mean, man? Like that of course that means you're good. If you escape all the time, you should be good. If you get kills, you should be good. No, that on paper, yeah, but when you actually translate that to good gameplay, no. To me, being good is how fast you can end your chases, how long you can draw out the matches, if you're killer at least. And, for Survivor, how long can you run a killer? How altruistically do you play? How smart do you play? And things like that. Because just escaping and killing cannot be the only criteria. So that is one thing that I don't really know how that's going to work, seeing as they haven't ever given us the answer. But also ranks, they are changing ranks now. So it's going to go from Ash to Bronze to Silver to Gold and Iridescent at the end now. And whenever you finish rank reset, you'll get blood point reward bonuses for both Survivor and Killer. They're going to be two different ones. So let's say you hit red rank 1 Killer and Survivor, you're going to get 500,000 blood points when rank reset comes. So that's neat. That's neat that they're out, adding blood point offerings for how well you do on rank reset. I wish they were a little more, maybe a blood point bonus multiplier, so that it rewards the people who are, playing the game all the time, that they can, do what they want to do, get some blood points and stuff. But it's a step in the right direction for sure. Next thing, the Cenobite. They made some changes to our boy Pinhead. This is probably the meat of what everyone's here for. But yeah, so let's see, we're thrilled to see so much excitement for the Cenobite on the player test build, and we've been watching and reading for feedback very closely. That said, we've made some changes between the PTB and the release. Great. Please note that this is by no means final. We'll continue to monitor his performance as we do with all new killers, and do some fine tuning once everything is settled, okay? Hopefully it doesn't take him 4 months, but still good. First, we polished the way the chains spawn to make them perform more consistently. We fixed an issue which could cause chains to spawn behind obstacles and corners and immediately break as soon as they would connect. Yes, I did notice that. If you're running around in tight loops and things like that, if there's walls around, your chains it was almost just not even worth it to use the power if they were in too close of a space, because they could just break the chains instantly as soon as they spawn in. So that's good. Additionally, if a chain fails to spawn, there's no suitable place to spawn the chain. The system will now attempt to spawn another chain much sooner. Finally, if a chain is broken by the environment or the Cenobite himself, a new chain will spawn considerably faster than before. These changes will make chains more effective in tight areas with lots of obstacles. Great. That sounds good. Yeah, that was one of his biggest problems on PTB, so that sounds good. Glad to see it. It says, we've also simplified the way chain hunt works. On the PTB, the number of chains that spawn during the hunt would depend on the number of survivors remaining. Instead, the hunt will now always spawn a cluster of 3 chains, with each chain appearing 3 seconds apart, with an increasing interval between clusters based on the remaining survivors. Okay, it says this will keep the hunt feeling meaningful without getting out of hand as survivors die. Like out of hand for who? Out of hand for survivors? Yeah, I guess so. All right, well, I mean, I guess that's better. I honestly didn't even know that it worked that way before, but good to know, I guess. Finally, deciding when to solve the lament configuration is something we want to leave up to you, but keeping it forever shouldn't be ideal. In the PTB, the survivor carrying the box would have a chain spawn and attempt to latch onto them every few seconds while they were interacting with something. This would slow your progress down, but could be a worthwhile trade-off for preventing chain hunts entirely. Yeah, like, they can just hold the power hostage and, you know, he never gets chain hunt. We're changing the lament configuration to only pause the timers of the other survivors, but not the carrier. Okay. I'm not sure if that's going to be good enough or good enough incentive to do it, but I mean, I guess it's, again, a step in the right direction. This means if the person's holding the box neglects it for too long, a chain hunt will start for only them. This chain hunt is in addition to the occasional chains that spawn while interacting with something, making it very difficult to ignore. Okay. All right, I just hope, like, it's more effective than it sounds, because it doesn't sound like it's going to be all that crazy. But again, you know, I'm hoping for the best. Let's see, we've got a few more changes to get through, so lightning round. Tweaked gateway placement to be easier on maps with multiple floors. This will prevent cases where you look ever so slightly down and end up accidentally placing your gateway on the floor below. Okay, so like some nurse stuff, that's fine, that's good. Just making his power more accurate, I agree with that. Added a brief immunity period to chains after being unhooked, 3 seconds. This will prevent a survivor who was just unhooked from being chained before they can move. That's fair. That's fair. So like now you can't really just like straight tunnel camp, you know, easy at least, you know, give the survivors a chance. I agree. Added a maximum control time for gateways, 6 seconds. The Cenobite's power is meant to be fast-paced and used in a chase, not to be placed somewhere and wait. Yeah, I agree. That's perfect change for him. Added a brief cooldown to solve the interaction to prevent spamming, 1 second. Spamming the interaction would give the killer way too many notifications. Oh, okay, alright, so that's just like a simple bug fix. Okay. Increased blood points for the Cenobite scoring event across the board. Blood point earnings were lower than anticipated in the PTB. Okay, more blood points. I like that. You know me, I like blood points. I like that. As always, we'll continue to monitor the Cenobite's performance over the next few months to determine if further changes are necessary. Yeah, no, we're just gonna need to see him when he comes out. It sounds like all good things, but again, the Cenobite, he's a little bit on the weaker side when it comes to his chains. My thing is, the one thing that I would like to see them implement is making it to where the chains take a little bit longer to break. Just a little bit, maybe like a second more, you know, nothing too crazy. Like, and I mean a second overall, like from all 3 chains, not like 1 second extra on each chain. No, just like 1 second longer. So, because like right now, if they're kind of far away and you hit them with the chains and you start running after them, by the time you're done doing the whole chain thing and they break the chains, like, and you start catching up, you really didn't gain any distance. It's like just about the same. So like you should be rewarded for hitting your chain, like at any distance, and at least get some sort of leg up on the survivor for it, you know? Because then at that point, you're just wasting time and breaking even, and there's no point. Performance, pretty much says here that they want to keep working on the performance of the game. Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. Console boys are still having issues for some people. I know they did fix a giant portion of it, but I know a lot of people on PlayStation are still having problems, so that's not very cool. Behavior needs to do it. But it seems like this is the way that the patch is going to come out. At least all the big stuff and changes from PTB. We'll see the official patch notes when they come out, probably next Tuesday. Yeah, this is going to be kind of a short one. I'm going to be working on some gameplay soon because I want to bring out one of those videos for y'all. Appreciate y'all being patient with me. And again, if you enjoy the video, please leave a like. Consider subscribing, helps me out a lot. And yeah, this is going to be a quick one today. That seems to wrap it up. So I will catch y'all guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.